Hello, this is FASTECH. Here are 3 EtherCAT demonstrations that can be rented for customer testing. It is a brand called Ezi-SERVO. Ezi-SERVO is a closed-loop stepping system. And there is a brand called Ezi-STEPII. Ezi-STEPII is an open-loop micro-stepping system. Finally, the brand Ezi-IO is a digital input-output module. This is a 2-axis demonstration for testing Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT, which is closed-loop stepping system, and Ezi-STEPII II EtherCAT, which is open-loop micro-stepping system. The next one is a 5-axis demonstration with a multi-axis drive called Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT 4X, all-in-one motor drive product called Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT All, and digital I/O module called Ezi-IO EtherCAT. Next, this is a demonstration dedicated to I/O with 2 digital I/O modules, Ezi-IO EtherCAT. There are 3 types of demonstration. Each demonstration has complete wiring so that user can test it by simply connecting it to the master that user have. First of all, this is the EtherCAT 2-axis demonstration with Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT, which is closed-loop stepping system, and Ezi-STEPII II EtherCAT, which is open-loop micro-stepping system. As you can see, Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT and Ezi-STEPII II EtherCAT have sensor fixed inputs, which is limit plus, limit minus, origin, and fixed output, which is break. Therefore, there is no need to use a separate I/O module, so cost can be reduced. In the next chapter, we will show you in detail through the input-output table. As shown in the table, FASTECH EtherCAT products have general-purpose inputs and outputs that users can use. Therefore, it is not necessary to use a separate I/O module, and cost reduction is possible. User input is the number of inputs that can be used by the user except for origin, limit plus, and limit minus, and the user output is the number of outputs that can be used by the user except for break. User can use I/O without a separate I/O module through the I/O terminal of the drive. For example, Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT can use 7 user inputs in addition to 3 fixed inputs, origin, limit plus, minus, and 6 user outputs in addition to 1 fixed output, break. The input-output that the user wants, such as sensors, can be used only with a FASTECH EtherCAT drive without a separate I/O module. And as you can see, there are limit plus, limit minus, origin on the yellow buttons of the demonstration, 7 general-purpose inputs for users on the green buttons, and 6 general-purpose outputs and breaks on the red LED. Therefore, the user can test it anytime. The products used in this demonstration are as follows. I will show you the actual operation video of the demonstration described before. The products used in this demonstration are as follows. Because I/O wiring is done, the user can directly perform limit, origin sensor, break and general input-output tests through the front buttons and LED. Also, it is possible to test the operation according to the operating conditions set by the user through the master. For example, in this demonstration, the master program Beck-Off's TwinCAT software was used to drive 2 axes with high-speed short-pitch motion through EtherCAT communication. Next is the EtherCAT 5-axis demonstration. As explained earlier, you can see that a 28 mm motor, a 35 mm motor, a 42 mm hollow shaft motor with high-resolution encoder, and a 56 mm motor are connected to the Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT 4X, a 4-axis drive product of a closed-loop stepping system. The encoder resolution applied to each motor is as follows. And the product on the far right is the Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT All product, which is a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive and EtherCAT network all in one product. Lastly, the product on the right is Ezi-IO EtherCAT, a digital I/O module, and a product with 8 input channels and 8 output channels was applied to the demonstration. As you can see, it wired directly from the output to the input. If you look at the LED, you can see that the output is wired directly to the input and works. 4-axis drive, 1 axis of the integrated type motor, and the digital I/O module are daisy-chained through EtherCAT communication, and the power supply is wired. After inputting power, simply connect to the EtherCAT master in use, and a total of 5-axis step motors and digital I/O modules are connected. User can test every modules at once. The products used in this demonstration are as follows. In the 5-axis demonstration, depending on the connector type of the Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT ALL product, RJ45 type and M type, we prepared 2 types, so the user can choose the type they want. Now, I will show you the demonstration of the M-type Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT ALL product shown earlier. The products used in this demonstration are as follows. As you can see, user can test 4-axis drives, motors, high-resolution encoder, drives and EtherCAT network all in one products, and even digital I/O modules at once. From the left, 28mm motor, 35mm motor, 42mm hollow shaft motor with high-resolution encoder, and 56mm motors. Total 4 motor are controlled at once with Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT 4X, a 4-axis drive type product. And the product on the far right is the Ezi-SERVO II EtherCAT ALL product, which is a motor, high-resolution encoder, drive and EtherCAT network all in one product. Since the drive is built into the back of the motor, there is no need to wire the motor and encoder cables, and there is no need for a separate control box to install the drive. Space saving and less wiring can reduce cost. Next, digital I/O module. Ezi-IO EtherCAT product applied to the demonstration supports 8 input channels and 8 output channels at the same time. By connecting the input and output terminals to each other, it is possible to check that the signal from the output terminal enters the input terminal through the blinking of the LED. This product uses the Econ connector to easily attach and detach peripheral devices such as various digital sensors. In addition, there is a terminal block type that can be wired simply by one-touch method using ferrule terminals. As with the previous 2-axis demonstration, it was driven using Beck-Off's TwinCAT software as the master program. In this way, user can test the demonstration with the master in use. Lastly, this is a demonstration for I/O with 2 digital I/O modules, Ezi-IO EtherCAT. The products used in the demonstration are as follows. The product on the left supports 8 input channels and 8 output channels at the same time, and the Econ connector is applied. The product on the right supports 16 input channels and 16 output channels at the same time, and a terminal block is applied. This is a demonstration with 2-axis of Ezi-IO EtherCAT. The products used in the demonstration are as follows. User can test digital I/O modules of Econ connector type and terminal block type with mixed input and output. The product on the left supports 8 input channels and 8 output channels at the same time, and the Econ connector is applied. The product on the right supports 16 input channels and 16 output channels at the same time, and a terminal block is applied. The Econ connector type uses the Econ connector to easily attach and detach peripheral devices such as various digital sensors. In addition, there is a terminal block type that can be wired simply by one-touch method using ferrule terminals. As with the previous 5-axis demonstration, by connecting the input and output terminals to each other, it is possible to check that the signal from the output terminal enters the input terminal through the blinking of the LED. For inquiries about rental of demonstrations introduced so far, please contact FASTECH Customer Center at this phone number or sales fastech-motions.com. On the FASTECH website www.fastech-motions.com, you can download product-related materials such as catalogs, manuals, drawings, and watch demonstration videos and webinars. Also, if you search FASTECH on YouTube, you can see about more than 100 demonstration and webinar videos. Thank you for listening.